the kids dealing with a situation like this, like the whole hospital scenario, the whole medical issues, the seeing, their father in a coma, dealing with, the fact that I was stressed out because of it. I was running back and forth to the hospital daily, and including when SARS was on, when SARS was a problem in 2003. They had restrictions on who could visit, and only one person could go down and visit at a time. So I would go down there, and so I was like running back and forth, and these poor kids. I mean, I could have really used some help, with, to have somebody here to help out with them, driving them to, soccer, driving them to, their extracurricular activities. Even if somebody would have come home and, gone and done some grocery shopping for me, that kind of thing would have been really helpful, because they, unfortunately, they were probably, I'm sure their heads were spinning. I mean, they didn't know what the hell was going on. And I'm sure it was really, really traumatic for them. And they had to, like my oldest daughter, she was going to university, and she was just starting university shortly after this happened, like in the September after it happened, and she had to, work full time, so I'd have to drive her to work every day and back, and it was, and she was working at a golf course, putting in long hours, coming back with headaches every day, and, from dehydration because it was so hot, stuff like that, and so it was really difficult for them. Like, they were trying to live their lives, and I was trying to make sure that this traumatic experience didn't have, I was trying to minimize and mitigate the psychological damage to them caused by this traumatic situation in our family. And I did a good job. I know I did a good job, because my kids have all turned out really, really well. I think a lot of kids in situations like this end up with so many psychological problems that they end up, turning to drugs, alcohol, and God knows what, end up with severe behavioral problems, which to me is something that would be no surprise at all in a situation like this. So I know that like what I did for my kids, I tried to keep their lives as normal as possible. And I drove them to their activities, and if there was something that they needed to, keep their minds occupied, or to, enhance their psychological well-being, I would do it. Like every birthday I would give them birthday parties, and I just tried to make their lives as happy and normal as possible. And like it has been hard for them, especially when there was a lot of contact blocking, because my oldest daughter was away at university, so it didn't have as much of an impact on her, but the younger two were living at home, and my son is not, I mean, he's got a brain tumor, and they couldn't understand why people were trying to prevent them from talking to their father.